Is brought to you by Kansas Wheat. Learn more at rediscoverwheat.org.
Welcome to Farm Factor. Let's join Kyle and Joe Schuele as they talk about the U.S. Meat Export Federation, what it does, how it is funded, and the recent victories the group has enjoyed.
Hi, this is Kyle Bauer from San Diego. Have the opportunity to visit with Joe Schuele. He's with the U.S. Meat Export Federation. Joe, over the last, first, let's talk about what the U.S. Meat Export Federation does.
Well, we are the marketing organization for U.S. beef, pork, and lamb in international markets. So we have marketing programs in really about 80 countries. We have offices in the larger markets such as Japan and Hong Kong, Korea, Mexico City. And we also focus, in addition to marketing, we focus on market access issues, trying to smooth the way for exporters of U.S. meat to be able to reach these markets and keep their product flowing smoothly.
Who supports the U.S. Meat Export Federation? Are you funded by government or commodity groups, or how do you get your funding?
We do receive funding through USDA, through the Market Access Program and the Foreign Market Development Program. We're not a government agency, but we are a not-for-profit organization that qualifies for some of that funding. We're also funded by the Beef Checkoff Program and the Pork Checkoff. And additionally, we get a lot of support from the corn and soybean industries. They see animal agriculture as their largest customer. They feel like meat exports is a big part of their biggest customers' profitability, and so we receive quite a lot of support from those state organizations.
There's been some recent victories.
Yes, we've had some good news lately in some small markets. Israel, for the first time since 2003, is accepting U.S. beef now. Israel's not going to be large volumes. They have very stringent kosher slaughter and handling requirements. But for a couple of U.S. companies that want to make the investment, we think there could be some profitable opportunities there. South Africa also opened for the first time since 2003. That's been quite a battle, and we do think that there's some real opportunities for U.S. beef there. And we received improved access to Colombia. We no longer have an export verification program for Colombia. We'll be able to ship bone-in and as well as boneless product down there, and that's a growing market that we think we'll do well in.
Even though you represent multiple species, we are at the Cattlemen's Convention right now. When it comes to cattle, it's not a simple market. There's a lot of different grades of cattle going a lot of different directions, and you mentioned kosher. We have a halal. It's very complicated.
Well, it sure is, and halal standards aren't all the same for every country. Our largest percentage of our halal beef is bound for Egypt. Egypt is a really outstanding market for U.S. beef livers and other variety meat that really wouldn't command much attention here in the United States. So to be able to send those over to Egypt and get a good return for them is quite good. We also ship halal beef to places like Malaysia and Indonesia. And there's also a good demand for halal beef in markets where it's not necessarily required, but that's what the customer wants. We ship a lot of halal beef to Canada, for example, and the Caribbean. We hope to ship halal beef to China someday soon if we can get access to China, because a lot of the beef that enters China from other sources is halal certified as well.
We're visiting with Joe Schuele. Joe is with the U.S. Meat Export Federation. This is Kyle Bauer reporting. Back to you, Jamie.
Folks, stay with us. Kyle will be back with Don Close with Rabo AgriFinance.
Grain sorghum is one of the most important cereal crops worldwide, and Kansas leads the nation in its production. A high-energy, drought-tolerant crop, sorghum only requires 6 inches of water to produce the first bushel. And with its wide uses and easy adaptation, sorghum proves to be a truly indispensable crop. Kansas Grain Sorghum is committed to sorghum research, market development, and education. Learn more at ksgrainsorghum.org.
Buying